Создай лобби. Нет, давайте без лобби. Вчера много лидеров больно было. Реально апдейт зачем?
Это он! Какой красивый! Ну-ка шляпу сними, это же целый доллар!
It's a beautiful.
Спасибо за донат. Витя разваливается, с ним Витя и хера.
Это он! Какой красивый! Ну-ка шляпу сними, это же целый доллар!
Этого хватит, чтобы включить показ твоей кошачьей мордочки по утру.
А куда донаты идут вообще? Можно вопрос? Ну, донат пэй, типа звук остался... Изображения нет? О, 1000 рублей, Ковальский. Спасибо большое за донат. Сейчас попробуем вернуть его
Hold up.
Очередь сил света выбирать героя. Очередь сил тьмы выбирать героя. Очередь сил тьмы выбирать героя.
Legion Commander. Skyra Smite.
Осталось 10 секунд. Осталось 5 секунд.
Так, Скаймак Легионка. Первые 2 пика. Есть Void Spirit, фиксация по нему уже имеется, причем неплохая. Это и Silence, и Дуэлька. Приятного, спасибо. Доброе утро, Витя. Привет, привет. «44 раза за день. А можно открыть страничку и посмотреть? Как ты думаешь, какое действие правильное? Здорово, старый, привет. Мак, и ты решил подушить? Типа,
Очередь сил света выбирать героя.
Disruptor.
Очередь сил тьмы запрещать героя. Осталось 10 секунд. Осталось 5 секунд.
Так, Тимберсоу, Shadow Demon. Опять предпочтение Shadow Demon уходит. Ладно, против лайфстиллера неплохо. Что у нас по фиксациям? Скаймак, Легионка и Тимбер. Этого может быть достаточно. Вы такой злой, потому что с кастом сделал. Да не, я не злой, я просто, я пытаюсь понять, почему проще зайти и напечатать это в чат, ждать, что это заметят или не заметят, чем просто зайти в открытый источник и получить информацию. Вот что мне, интересно. Почему люди выбирают способ...
Очередь сил света запрещать героя.
который сложнее. Превозмогание какое-то?
Осталось 10 секунд. Осталось 5 секунд. Очередь сил света выбирать героя.
Зелебоба, смотри, за 99 сообщений на моем канале у тебя 2 отстранения. Третьего отстранения не будет. Это значит, что ты дважды перешел какую-то черту. Третьей черты не будет. Будет бан.
Осталось 10 секунд. Осталось 5 секунд. Очередь сил тьмы выбирать героя. Луна.
Тут очень странный закрывающий пик. Луна от Сириус. Странненько, странненько.
Осталось 10 секунд. Выберите своего героя.
Я просто хейтил. Я тебя предупредил. Просто хейтил. Ты сейчас меня тоже немного напрягаешь, я так скажу. А я не обидчивый. От Д ласт пиком. Мне больше снизу нравится. Мне кажется, что Астер здесь посильнее, наверное. Иду на собеседование, можешь послать меня на удачу. Пошел ты.
Приготовьтесь к битве. «30 секунд до начала сражения». Битва начинается.
Так, я накушался. Можно и посмотреть. Так, Тимбер в оффлейн. Тут все стандартно. Стоунс против Феникса на центре. Ну, как я говорю, я больше в лайфстиллера здесь верю, нежели вот эту закрывающую луну. Драфт, конечно, прикольный.
Курьер сил тьмы был убит.
Товарищ Кроль 133. Что с вами? Скажите, пожалуйста. Можно вопрос? Что с вами случилось? Таблеточки забыл принять или что? Врача-чек. У нас есть Вилат и есть Джарвис из врачей сегодня на смене. Ребят, что с ним происходит? Скажите, пожалуйста, я может один понять не могу. Он про какой-то вид пиздит, типа. Дружок, мы смотрим игру в ДЦ2 ТВ. Тут никто не играет. Ой, иногда они веселят, конечно. смешно. Кому, говорит, ты вообще пикаешь? Как ты играешь? Кем ты ходишь на мид? Что за лига? Элит челлендж. Ну это уже плей-офф идет. Темное сообщение. Подожди, ему надо понять, что... Дай ему подсобраться с мыслями, понять, что здесь никто не играет, и он сейчас что-нибудь придумает тебе. Это какая? Это лузера.
Башню сил света атакуют.
Так, ванды пошли. Пытается пробить Тимбера, пока безуспешно. Да, да нюками, наверное, разминать дизраптора. Хотя он уже 5-го уровня, так что будет сложно размять. Так, подгрызают. Не пробьет он уже Тимбер. Я даже не знаю, зачем он его харасит, на самом деле. Абсолютно бессмысленно. Кто затащит? Ну, мне кажется, с лайфстиллером должны побеждать. Игра очень ровненько идет, а в лейте, мне кажется, лайфстиллер посильнее будет. Пошли батарейки. Disruption. Появляется с иллюзиями. Скаймаг здесь должен умирать, наверное, да? Да, ФБ в исполнении Shadow Демона. Красиво.
Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Да не, лайфстиллеру не так пофиг на Тимберсоу, как Тимберсоу лайфстиллера. То есть, когда инфест откатился хорошо, ты подрегениться можешь, а вот без инфеста ты стоишь, тебя просто спускают ХП. Ванды особо не интересно кидать на Тимбера.
Силы тьмы используют сканер.
Заберут легионку. Да, пока 2-0. Пока 2-0. Конечно, мало что значит на старте игры, но все-таки.
Центральную башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Ну, что-то как-то увереннее смотрится. Ну, я говорю, то, что лайфстиллеры выгоняют просто с линии. Конечно, очень быстрый джавелин у него появился. Он сейчас может уже леса позволить себе подфармить.
Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Да це ж подписчик, Брут 28. Спасибо за подписку.
Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют. Верхняя башня сил тьмы разрушена. Центральную башню сил света атакуют. Центральную башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Как погиб УД? Неужели должен быть там астрал и так далее? Долька будет? Хотя бы кого-то зацепить. Да, вот так погиб УД. Блять, ну серьезно, 10 лет игре, вы не можете автоматическую камеру не наводить на мертвого героя? Это же писец просто, типа, мертвый герой исключается из списка автокамера. Показываешь только живых. Профит.
Башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Продлевать будем, молодой человек? Не знаю, это Икман. Будем продлевать?
Нижнюю башню сил света атакуют. Центральную башню сил тьмы атакуют. Силы тьмы укрепили свои сооружения.
Убивает Скаймак. Убивает здесь чуть дизраптора. 5-1. Обожаю обсервер. Так обсервер автоматическая камера.
Центральную башню сил тьмы атакуют. Верхнюю башню сил света атакуют.
Выпрыгивает Void Spirit.
Нижнюю башню сил света атакуют. Силы света укрепили свои сооружения.
Что-то слышу, Брэд Питт подсел. Нет, не слышал. Я не слежу особо за новостями бизнес-мира.
Луна благоволит верным. Центральную башню сил тьмы атакуют. Центральная башня сил тьмы разрушена.
Я знаю, что смотрите, это не мешает мне симпатизировать. Ну, это правда. Абсолютно никак не мешает тебе симпатизировать ему. Доброе утречко. Привет, Ролекс. Так, есть 7 уровень, подпиливают, но Тимбер вряд ли здесь получится забрать, хотя через Мистик Флэр сейчас, ага, Дизрапшн на подсейв, в итоге дуэльку забрать не получится, дуэльки уходят в никуда, атаку не получили. Ну, хотя бы Шадоу Демона бы добить, сейвера так называемого. А, не получится добить, да, законтролили здесь сюда, хотя Шадоу Демона добили, но теперь УД не уйдет. Так себе размен, вот что я хочу сказать.
Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют. Силы тьмы укрепили свои сооружения. Нижнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Каждый раз водишь на Каспера. А ты, получается, каждый раз ведешься или что?
Нижнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют. Верхнюю башню сил света атакуют.
Захожу, потом не могу уйти. Получается, работает.
Силы тьмы используют сканирование.
Луна, зацепили. Мистик Флэр через дуэльку. И есть победа, хукшот уходит нейтральных крипов, и все в порядке. 6-3. Тимбер, первая строчка, дальше сразу идет лайфстиллер, будет спирит, легионка, все плохо, единственное, что УАД 4500. Хотелось бы побольше выносить, наверное, из центральной линии, но линия не задалась. Доброе утро, добрый день, Виктор, ну, наверное, можно и день сказать, хотя я больше склоняюсь к тому, что еще утро.
Кавалерия прибыла.
Так, начинает пилить, может быть, просто так накинуть? Нет, не хотят. Скаймак успевает повесить Сайленс, Мистик Плеер пошел, хукшот. Клокверк еще и эскейпит с этим хукшотом, да, он выбрался из передряги. Что у нас по дуэли? Дуэлька есть. Получится схватить? Нет, не получилось. Вот Спирит спрыгнул на лонграунд, глимсанули назад. Ну, хватаете в дуэль тогда? Да. Дамажа должно хватать. Кажется, это камбэчная.
Битва отгремела не напрасно. Мое по начертанию судьбы.
Джекпот. Прямо по курсу.
Доброе утро, котяра. Привет, привет. Мажор вроде 7 числа, я ошибаюсь. Ошибаешься. Мажор начинается с 15 числа. Поймали. Не знаю, будет ли дуэлька. Дуэлька будет, через Мистик Плеер. Забрали. Теперь получил Клокверка убить. Но Клокверк здесь ошибся, наверное. Хотя и дэмэджа по нему не хватает. В любом случае, помочь тиммейту он не смог.
Это он! Какой красивый! Ну-ка шляпу сними, это же целый доллар!
Нижнюю башню сил света.
Узко забайтил меня в доту зайти. Собрал Бетика с пассивкой до зла, актуарином и талантом на 20 уровней.
Зачем ссылка была?
Нижнюю башню сил света атакуют.
Можно музыку чуть громче? Да можно, наверное, еще же нет.
Сейчас будет вспышка.
Так, ну что, лайфстиллер закрепился на первой строчке по нетворсу. Вот ОД бы чуток подобрать, и было бы все совсем бодро. Хотя с свой спиритом идут вплотную. Там Луна единственная может разогнаться в лесах. Легко. Дуэлька пошла. Есть дизрапшн под сейф. Статик ставится. Нужно глимсануть. Глимс будет. Вернули. А где филд? А филда нет. Не знаю почему, по какой причине, но филд не поставили. Снайпер, ты же горел при проигрыше. Я сейчас не горю при проигрыше.
Сил света атакуют.
Пока я был киберспортсменом, я не проигрывал.
Или свои
Кстати.
сооружения.
Так что было чуть проще.
Нижнюю башню сил света атакуют. Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Пошла.
Так, с геликоптерка, есть дуэлька. Ну, дэмэджа здесь хватит.
Живет.
Нужно будет свою игру Доты, как ты на это реагируешь. Дота слишком агрессивная, поэтому я так и реагирую. А так?
Нижнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Спокойненько, как удав обычно.
Силы тьмы укрепили свои...
Так, легионка. Отравили. Провожают до вышки на развороте. И клипс потрачен в никуда. Ставится филд, ставится статик. Снова сейф через дизрапшн. Убежал кое-как. Да, лайфстиллер не успевает. Дуэлька! О, прочитали молодого.
Силы тьмы укрепили свое сооружение. Нижнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Луна благоволит верным.
Легу ВВП? Ну, не знаю. Потянет? Имбер. Ворвался, покутил, и на этом все. Ну, он потихонечку приближается к лайфстиллеру. Так, в принципе, должно быть. ОД планирует купить себе Blacking Bar, остается только рецепт. У Астеров есть шансы? Да, хороший шанс у Астеров. А чё их не должно быть-то?
Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Хотя при 8-7, конечно, предпочтите преимущество, показывает, что вы по карте не весь фарм собираете. Единственное, что гарантированно.
Силы тьмы используют сканирование.
Хукшот. Мимо. Так, ну дуэльку здесь кидать нельзя. Легионку запирают в когах, она погибает. Никакого сейва оттуда здесь не было. Тимбер, отпрыгнул подальше на Тимберщей, притянули ОД, ставится неплохой статик, получится ли кого-то съесть. Эклипс нажимается, надо рейдж бы нажать на лайфстиллере. Да, вот сейчас нажимается с ванды, рейдж пытается подгрызть луну. Клок закрывает кок, где тиммейты? Где тиммейты, которые должны вот сейчас подхватить и помочь? Инфест. Ну и на этом все.
Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют. Луна благоволит нижнюю башню сил света.
Что, Луна хочет победить? Или что?
Силы света укрепили свои сооружения.
Не, ну хотеть-то хотеть. Но мне кажется, что через дуэльку ее можно сожрать довольно быстро.
Нижняя башня сил света разрушена.
Может быть, конечно, я ошибаюсь.
Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют. Силы света укрепили свои сооружения.
Ну, иллюзии должны быстро ломаться.
Света атакуют. Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют. Нижнюю башню сил света атакуют. Верхняя башня сил тьмы разрушена.
Что произойдет так? Ставится пауза. А что случилось? Что случилось? Блин, во время атаки паузу ставить такое себе. Гол. Отжимают под статиком. Хукшот уходит в тиммейта.
Силы света не отдали врагу нижнюю башню. Верхнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют. Силы тьмы используют скамейку.
Хукшот. Зацепили Скаймага. Скаймаг должны спилить. Да. Мистик Флеер бросил под себя. Не особо что-то дает. А где выпка? Выпка... Расчехляйте своих орков? Нет, ребят, зачехлите своих орков, тут дети, типа. Прекращайте. Там. Андрюха, ты не устал с ним выпиливаться? Второй или третий раз вижу, как ты с рулетки баньки отправляешься.
Это мое.
Нижние башни сил тьмы атакуют.
Так, есть дуэлька. Забирает шедол демона, никакого сейва быть не может. Тимбер. Пресс за атак. Можно его пострелять на ОД, но он не бессилие, он пока не может, Чикин погибает. Уронил Аегис, Флай Сильвер, начинает подпиливать. Инфест бы замутить, хотя бы в ОД запрыгнуть, так и происходит. Есть блокинг бар и можно валить отсюда. Валим. Можете проанализировать, как там был ТД, что не так. Муншарт, ну да, он под пресс за атак, под БКБ хочет настакать себе интеллекта и шваркнуть ультимейтом. В принципе, все просто. Анализировать-то особо нечего. Такое часто происходило раньше. Медасик брался еще, но сейчас он слишком дорогой. Тут тебе, в принципе, надо сделать 5-6 тычек под БКБ или пресс за атаком и шваркнуть потом ультимейтом. Ну, простенько.
Нижнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Дождь сегодня уже будет. А на Ликвипедию ты когда зайдешь?
Нижняя башня сил тьмы разрушена. Нижнюю башню сил тьмы атакуют.
Чел на собеседование поехал живой, да, с ним все в порядке, он устроился на работу, все круто. То есть 4-й поднял, до 84-й давно поднял. 75-й поднимаю. Так, ну что, ждем стычки. 5000 преимущества. Не сказать, что это критично много на 35-й минуте. Так что отыгрывается все это за один файт. Буквально. Более ОД тут готов размотать, пика есть, тычек может очень быстро накидать, от его ультимейта очень многое зависит. Здесь ушот, зацепили легионку, Тут же подтолкнули, пошло БКБ, клип уходит в никуда. ОД запрыгнул. Пытается наковырять здесь хоть как-то Клокверку, еще немного дэмэджа. Можно шваркнуть ультимейтом, конечно. Налево и направо летят арбы, Клок выживает. Теперь Тимбер. Пошел Астрал, БКБ закончилось. Скаймак тут разваливается на кусочки, ОД тоже не выберется. Единственное, что живой лайфстиллер, и он делает тапки. Печально. Что, не закинули? Ну, тут могут подняться на хайграунд. Луна тем более с дабл дэмэджем. А, вот в чем основная проблема была. Луна с дабл дэмэджем. Тыц. Пошли иллюзии. Пока фортификейшн прожат. Да, и что вот против Луны делать, когда она начинает бить твои бараки без вышки?
Центральные казармы сил тьмы разрушены.
Да, Дизраптор тоже должен умирать. Есть форстав. Настиг его. Остается Т4. Лайфстиллер. Можно просто бить в Т4. Но пока бессилие. Луна бить не может. Т4 падает. Пошел трон. Вот такая одна досадная ошибка. Драка без байбеков. Вот и появится только через 4 секунды. А трон падает тем временем. Да, ГГ. На первой карте Сириус оказывается сильнее. Грусть, тоска, печаль, конечно, что я могу сказать. Камнем тянет изнуряющая душа. Может, перед кем-то провиниться в прошлом. Я в надежду взвесить душу в граммах. Все апостолы ходят на рекламу.
You know, Sirius get the proper initiation at that last fight, the last big one at least around the bottom kind of outpost area for raiding. And yeah, it makes it very difficult for Aster then to counter initiate, because if you hook shot, you found the Leech Commander. That's their pretty much their initiation and their burst potential with their setup. So it really kind of put Aster in a tricky spot. And I would have liked to see them make more rotations with the Sky and the Legion and try and hunt down the Luna. But Radiant did a very good job at shoving out the lanes constantly with the Shadow Demon Luna combo with the disruption, and also just constantly with the Rocket Flare as well. So they did a really good job at shoving out the waves, so it made it difficult for Aster to make those movements, it looked like. But then again, like I said, it is coming to a game a little bit late there. We're gonna not as much thoughts as we can bring up, but that's gonna be game one. It looks like so Sirius will take the lead right now over Aster.Aries. It will be best of 3, of course. I'll show you guys the bracket real quick in the meantime. So we're gonna have newbie up later tonight as well, which is interesting considering we saw them tapped out of what they got. They pretty much got dumpstered in game one. They lost in like 18 minutes, I think, and they just forfeited game 2. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're mentally prepared and set up. We might also be casting these games, ESOL C, but they're a lot later. They're at 10 o'clock, so I don't have work tomorrow. So if they are on the Dota client, I will cast them. But the first open qualifiers were not on the Dota client. So No promises. No promises there. But, yeah, that's kind of the plan for tonight, guys. It's been super underwhelming this match. Wait, give me a sec. Hi. What? That makes it difficult. Alright. Thank you. Yeah. I think they did nerf his ultimate very heavily. Like, he needs a lot of stacks now and needs to be going to heroes that aren't intel. So they don't have a high mana pool. I think he's okay that game. I mean, he was going into the Timber, which is a very big counter. But, Blinks in this game as well. I'm trying to remember who was he against though. Like, it looked like a fine OD game. I didn't see too much of an issue, honestly. I was not unhappy with the pick. But I couldn't see, like, what else they could have gone for and all that. Alright, I'm gonna eat real quick. See how scrumptious this is. They did nerf his ultimate a lot though, which I think is kind of making it difficult. He needs a lot of stacks to do anything. After seeing new OG, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I was not a big fan. I didn't think they would play as well as what they did throughout the qualifiers. So I'm excited. And we'll see how they go.
Dire team back. Radiant team back. Dire team back.
Alright, letting you guys know, I'm eating. So I'm not going to talk too much throughout the draft. So just keep that in mind. I'll talk a little bit, but not a lot. They banned a Ricky, dude. What the fuck? Why are they first facing a Ricky?
Team pick.
They first faced Ricky last game as well. That blows my mind. Let's see if they go back for the Legion Sky.
Radiant team, Dire team, Templar assassin.
Okay. I like the first hero, not the second too much. Is this Bone? Ugh. Goddamn Bones. Make it difficult to eat.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I mean, they can just Void Spirit off lane or save. They can just pick a Razor here. Or like a Hoster, I think.
Dire team back.
Interesting. Good morning to you too. I'm just eating some dinner right now, so I'm not going to talk too much throughout the draft. With them picking the clockwork here,
10 seconds remaining.
makes me feel like they're going to put the Void Spirit mid.
5 seconds remaining.
Otherwise, they would have counted the hero throughout the first phase. Hopefully. He had some decent hook shots towards the end of the last game though, not gonna lie. Like, they were pretty important hook shots.
Radiant team back.
Ursa. What the fuck? I don't think they'll invoke it. They have a Void Spirit already, unfortunately. D-Stones played the Void Spirit last game, so... And it looks like they're setting up for that again. With how they've
5
drafted.
seconds remaining.
So unfortunately, I don't think we'll see that again from D-Stones. I'm trying to tackle how I eat this. Because the bone. The bone makes it very difficult. It is scrumptious at least. They still ban the hostile well. I guess they still can flex the void, but I thought if they were gonna counter the TA, they'd do it throughout the first
10
phase.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I think you have to counter the void, counter the TA. Like, Void Spirit's a fine matchup, but she won't, like, they're both gonna do well in their lane. It's not like a one-sided matchup. Not from what I've seen at least, because Void's got the physical absorption.
Radiant team back.
They're gonna timber here. I can't see if they don't timber, I'd be surprised.
Radiant team
There you
pick.
go. They don't have to ban the OD because they've already picked up a TA. And they banned some good matchups versus the Timber. Very obvious.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Can they drow? No, not into Void Clockwork. I was gonna say with an Ogre TA you might be able to, but They need some kind of... They need some way to get out of cogs. Like, they might Rubik this game, I think. Oh! I saw a bone. Did you hear that crack? Just fucking yum down on a bone. Ugh. Dude, I got a bunch of human legs out the back, but... Ugh. Dude, all these human bones are just fucking nuts. They're really brittle and shit. I don't think brittle is the right word, actually, but... God damn. They tough sons of guns. I hope this pick has to be, I think, a way to be able to deal with clock. At least, like, not worry about the cogs. Human bones? I'm joking. I'm having... I think it's ribs. I know what I'm eating, actually. Lamb. So I'm eating chops. Chops are what I'm eating.
Fire team pick.
They took a lot of time with that pick. Holy shit. I mean, Lifesteal and Jug
Radiant team pick.
are my first ways to try and deal with the Phoenix. They're gonna Snapfire as well. So I mean, it's either a Snapfire Clockwork lane or they'll put the clock as a 4. I like Center a lot this game to deal with the Phoenix, but
10 seconds remaining.
they have a lot of mobility actually from Sirius. If you take a look, Void Spirit, Clockwork, Hookshot, Snapfire, Cookie is gonna build a 4 stuff as well. So if they need some, like they might Mars here from Aster. Void?
Fire team pick.
I could. They're gonna snatch the Jug, wow. They might Void from Sirius. Void into Jug's pretty good. They don't have a lot of control. TA's very good against the Void though, which is the only issue, but you have to follow up in the Chrono with the Mortimer Kisses. I don't think they will though, because I guess it's okay versus Phoenix. Alright, I've eaten. That'll wake me up now. Dude, my back is fucking sore though. I don't know why. I don't know why at all. Oh, I just took my fucking microphone off my little stand. Whoops. I thought it was just gonna fall. Okay, well, let's see.
I speak for the trees.
They're not gonna troll LPL, not into a Phoenix. That sounds awful. This gives them a lot of flexibility if they want to profit 5, or if they want to profit 3.
10 seconds remaining.
Because you can still Clockwork Snapfire lane, and then you just put the profit with a core. I mean, look, they got 2 range series now, so it's pretty good to deal with the Phoenix Egg. I mean, they're looking for a 1. They banned the Naga. Why do they ban the Naga? They don't have a lot of AoE damage, and I guess Aster, they're looking for a 3. I mean, I think they pick up like a Centaur. No, I think still Mars. Aster spawns Y-Aries. Pug. Egg hitter? There's a lot better egg hitters than a troll and a PO. They might actually troll now that Bat Rider got banned. I still would rather like a Lifestealer, but Morphling looks pretty good as well, honestly. I'm trying to I mean, this Nature's Prophet just really throws me off here. Like how we don't really see Prophet too much right now. The one time when we do see Prophet, it feels like you just don't have a lot of impact throughout fights. Like, yeah, you can get a lot of farm, but if they get on top of you, you just kind of die. And if you kite the fight around the hero, like, yeah, he's got the global TP, but once he uses it to join the fight, you don't have a lot of mobility. Dude, they stick to troll, man. I mean, banning the Bat Rider enables the troll a lot. But I mean, you might just Pugner if you're Aster. Put it in the 3. I still think Mars is. I think Mars is the way to go with the Phoenix.
10 seconds remaining.
How's Jug getting picked? Lifesteal is. I mean, I think Lifesteal is a lot better of a Jug kind of type of hero. Whenever I think of if a Jug's good this game, I'm just like, oh, Lifesteal is just always like infinitely better. That's. so you don't pick Slaughter into Troll. Not a good matchup. I'm actually mind blown. I'm trying to get the patch notes off for 7.24. Because I swear, what did they do to Lifesteal again? The damage and the speed, yeah. The drug's getting picked up more because the base damage got increased and the movement speed. So the hero did get some nice little buffs. I still think that his ulti needs something on it. Like it just feels like you just get kited throughout your ulti. But it's going to be a Prophet 3, so what, we're going to have a Snap 5? Yeah, Snap 5. They'll put HYM on the clockwork. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Slaughter into a Troll Warlord. Your landing stage, you don't really play too well. It's more the fact that you have, like, you're going against a ranged hero who, so you can't manhandle them with the bashes, and you have the evasion as well. Slaughter's very reliant on being able to get the bash procs coming through, so I really like the Troll Warlord versus Slaughter. I'm kind of surprised. I think this last pick Slaughter, like, doesn't give them much. Like, they needed a stun, they needed some initiation. They do have a lot of physical damage on Aster, so all they need to itemize physical wise. Could you take a look? They got the minus armor from Slaughter, the minus armor from the TA. Jug's very physical damage orientated. Ogre's gonna buff this team up though to an oblivion. Like, that blood loss is so important. They're gonna farm really fast. And my question is that, yeah, still Aster don't have a lot of pickoff, so I think we have to see Dom just look up the map as much as possible. I mean, when they need armor items. You know, I'd love for the Prophet to go on Medallion in this game. I just think they need a bunch of armor items this game to be able to survive, because we might even see Crimson as well. My only one question is, can they survive the physical damage that Radiant are going to output, because they got a crap load of minus armor, and it's going to get to the stage. I don't think they kind of deal with the Phoenix Egg too well. You get further stacks on the egg, right, guys? I don't remember. I haven't seen Troll versus Phoenix in a long time. If you do, yeah, good luck, have fun. If you do, then I guess it's a decent way. I still think, like, Lifesteal and Jug are better, but I can't remember how that mechanic works with the fervor onto the egg here. But what do we got? Troll will kill the egg so fast. I'm going to presume he gets the fervor stacks then in that regard. But they've got, yeah, I guess Troll could. It's a Prophet 3 as well. Which is, I mean, he's going to be able to get a lot. You see he's already got the Crimson Guard queued up as well, so. We either see the Prophet go for, like, it's either utility or you just go damage. You know, we see kind of the Maelstrom, you just farm up so fast. You go Mjolnir, Shadow Blade sometimes, and just try and maximize your farming efficiency across the map. But I think they definitely need a crit in this game, and you're not really going to be able to pick it up from anyone else. And, you know, I think this now, you know, we might see Medallion come through from the Clockwork potentially. I just hope they get armor. Like, that's my question, is, are they going to be able to survive the physical damage that Radiant are going to be able to output? Snap. Oh, they have a fucking Snapfire. Wait. What? Hang on, when did they pick the Phoenix into the Snapfire?
30 seconds to battle.
Wait, surely not. Wait, what the fuck? I completely forgot about that. I mean, I know everyone's been talking about Phoenix is not going to get picked up because Snapfire is a thing. And that's why I don't the Phoenix, like, has to do a lot throughout the lane. The Fire Spirits, I mean, this is not a good Phoenix game. And the hero, I mean, if you land the Fire Spirits, you're nice asking for the laning stage, but this is okay. I don't know when they picked the Phoenix, actually, I can't remember now, but Yeah, you're right, dude. Sapphire's actually baller against the Phoenix. That's pretty nuts. I'm surprised they picked it up. I wonder how many... I mean, you only need 1 point in the little shredder as well. Because it's just the attacks. I mean, 6 attacks straight away, dude. That's... They've got such a good way to deal with the Phoenix deck. That's nuts, actually. I'm surprised it took me a bit to see that. Thank you for that. And there you go. They're gonna observe ward as well. They blocked the camp. I don't know where maybe the observe ward was right next to the camp of blocking it, but even then. So this is gonna be a relatively good lane for the troll ward. I mean, you're with the Snapfire, so whenever they want to get aggressive, a lot of kill potential with the slow into the cookie. The interesting thing is going to be is how well that the Phoenix can kind of zone out the Snapfire, you know, output a little bit of harass for the troll wallet as well. You know, that's going to be always interesting seeing. And the TA versus the Void Spirit matchup, I honestly think it's about 50-50. I mean, I haven't seen kind of it go one way yet. I think the TA has very high skill potential with the side blades. It's always, I think, kind of pre-level 6, I'd say the hero's got one of the highest playmaking, I should say, skill gaps, playmaking capabilities, just being able to harass, and then, you know, we kind of see, like, heroes like Invoker and, you know, Void Spirit's going to take over with that level 6 coming through as well. So, the Eddie's a really good TA game. You know, they don't have a way to deal with refraction right now, which is going to be an issue, so they just have to tank up through the, survive the physical damage as much as possible, but I also do hope that the Ogre Magi kind of just maxes out the Bloodlust. You know, I've kind of seen, well, we don't really see the hero anymore. Like, unfortunately, there's an Arcana. The Arcana is pretty shit, and we just don't see the hero anywhere. I don't know what you guys' opinions are on the Arcana, but I think it's probably one of the, I think it is the worst, actually. I'm not a huge fan of it at all, and it's a shame because he's not the greatest hero right now. Which is a little unfortunate, but even then, these stones already got the bottle to play around with, so yeah, good start. I mean, this is the thing that you just Resonant Pulse, you don't care about kind of the physical damage coming through from the TA, and you're not really having to worry. Of course, the side blades are pure, so that's going to make it a little bit more of an issue. Has to be the word. No, dude, Techi's Arcana is fucking pog. It's not pog, but it's definitely a lot better than the Ogre, I would say at least. D-Stone just constantly harassing. I mean, I don't think... I'm trying to see a lane where we might have any kill threat. I mean, it's probably... I honestly, it's dire. It's either, you know, the Clockwork Prophet, but you can't really kill an Ogre Magi. Here with 9 base armor right now, you know, top as well, we might see them be able to kill Rico, but he's already got the level 2 as well with the dive, so it's going to make it very difficult for them to just stay on top of him. Lena's, dude, Lena's is nice. Io's the worst. That is an argument. I still don't like the Ogres, but I will consider that argument. XTJ. Fair bit of damage here. So have the evasion coming through, but looks like unfortunately just not 100% right there. So Slaughter going to be able to get first blood up top. Really nicely played. I actually would have expected it was going to be Dire coming through, but Slaughter's going to be able to deal with the 60% evasion, so I still first blood for them coming up top. And it looks like he is having a really decent time, 22-2. I mean, for a matchup that I thought was, I mean, I'd favor it a lot more for the Troll Warlord. Yeah, it looks like still Slaughter more not playing too aggressive apart from being able to get that kill. You know, not playing aggressive on the Troll, more just farming up and getting a lot out of it. But these stones, I mean, he's able to get the bottle here. The regen might be enough to make it back to the tower, and it looks like it is. Dude, I've got the hiccups now because I ate so fast. No, Old Chicken as well. I mean, he's already used the melee whirling axes, so they'll get the cookie back. Old Chicken will be able to stay alive. He's got to be careful. The next Fire Spirit's going to tick as well. It is the second level. Old Chicken's going to burn out here. Oh my lord. I mean, alright, well, this top lane is going incredibly well right now for the boys on Aster.Aries, and this is a good thing, because if they do get a really good start, their farm is just going to skyrocket with the Bloodlust. And now, just level 2 life here. See, Dolm's able to man fight, and he's got the Blightstone. HYM, I mean, the Clockwork 4 is always an interesting conceptual hero to me. It feels like you're a hero that really likes to snowball, and roaming across the map makes it very difficult for you. He had no Selve. I don't think he had one. But it's still like, I think maybe XCJ did. I don't know if dying in that spot in general is a little rough. So, I mean, the lanes are going incredibly well for Radiant, considering this top side would not expect it too much. But you see, D-Stones is level 6 now, so this is a good thing. You know, you've got this playmaking hero in the Void Spirit. Top lane once again, though. The Permastorm's coming through. I mean, Old Chicken's going to try and output as much damage as he can here, but it just won't be enough. You're going? Alright. What? How? What? Okay. Bye. Rico committed the dive for this as well, so they will be able to at least get a return kill here. Still, I mean, this is now after 2 deaths for the Troll Ward. The stream going pretty good, man. Pretty good. Hope your day's been good. Oh, no. They're going to leave the Prophet solo. Still 2 points up in the Blade Fury. Dumb. He's got the treads as well, so his B can be relatively tanky with the treads, so he'll be fine in the meantime. Just gonna, you see, Aster gonna make sure that Prophet is, make sure he knows that you're solo down here, brother. We know the Clockwork's not here. We're gonna start playing a little bit more aggressive on you. Clockwork was able to get that CS actually, even with only 1 point of Rocket Flare. Even just that value point is so nice, being able to snipe the. Mainly any range creeps, I think, is the main thing throughout the lane. But Sapphire is just showing right now that I guess the Phoenix is able to harass in an incredible rate. Just these Fire Spirits are just completely bullying out the Troll Wallet, and I mean XCJ, you gotta do something. Like this is, you see, Old Chicken's just taking up all the abilities right now, and the Snapfire is kind of playing on the back line. Snap needs to play more frontline and take the damage, take the brunt of the force, because. If not, they're just going to keep melting down the Troll. But now with the +1 coming through for the Prophet, Phoenix under the tower, these stones might end up falling here. He actually does have a point into Simulate, so that last tower hit will be able to bring him down. The current score, 1-0. It's also up here. If you can ever tell, it's that gold thing at the top, the little gold bar. Starter, going to try and turn it here. Needs one more hit for the Bash procs coming through. Does have to be careful how far he does want to overcommit now. And Old Chicken, Phoenix has a couple more Fire Spirits to work around with, so they hope to find the Starfire along with the Troll as well. 6-2 in the kill count. A really good start to the lane from Aster.Aries. This is going from good to great to another one. Glad you never doubted it, dude. I still doubt it after the laning stage. I think Dire have to play very high tempo like what they're doing now. Like, they've got 3 heroes to just run across the map, so they're doing a great job. And the second death from TA, this is a thing about the Prophet, is that you're always this +1 throughout the early game. And if you can, if they get the T1 tower at a good timing, then it really pressures the Templar Assassin, because this is a hero that's kind of a 2-item dependent hero. Like Blink Desert is really the timing on the Templar Assassin. So the fact that if you're able to find these key kills, slow down that flash farming capabilities, and also be able to take over the T1 tower and then take over the jungle as well, I think it's going to be a lot more important, because Dire have the heroes to make plays. The Prophet being that +1, Void Spirit's just going to make a lot of movements across the map with the actual step. You already see how much emphasis they're trying to put onto the TA actually, but I love the movements coming through from Dire, at least at the mid lane the past couple of minutes, but the thing is they have to keep that up, considering how well of a start the top lane had. And I love that D-Stones is also going for the mid-lane here, but we'll scout out Rico. Remnant's a little bit too late, unfortunately. The Phoenix will be able to make it away. Even if you doubted, what could you do? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I can't tell if that's like a passive-aggressive Twitch chat roast or not. The bounty's up in a couple of seconds here. Aster, they want to try and protect their higher ground slot. I was taking a lot of damage through 3 points in the battery assault, though. I'm just going to try and join them as well. Sprout blocks in the slot, and a lot of damage coming through. They will be able to find the Stat 5 first, but now with D-Stones with the rotation, he's got the double damage ring to work around with as well with the actual step. Remnant's unfortunately off the mark, so they won't be able to keep the Clockwork alive here, but it's a 2 for 3. And this top tower is going to be under pressure as well. Old Chicken's already got the lane pushed out, along with all the trees. Still get a little bit of chip damage in, along with the bounties as well to work around. But this is a really nice rotation from D-Stones. He's going to be able to get 6 bottle charges looks like coming through, so we're going to be pretty much back up to full. And I mean, 2, 1, and 2 right now, some great rotations. With him kind of forcing out of the lane, we do see that he is getting a lot down kind of near the Ancients, which is important. I'd like to see Dyer kind of smoke down here, ward the area. Maybe they can find a pick off on the TA. If they can't, that's fine. And then link down bot, where you already have someone pushing the lane. But another hook shot. Phoenix. They'll have them more than their kisses if need be, but looks like it's not even with the battery, so it just deals with the refraction. Now mid lane as well. Rico has the pyramids kind of drop one on the back line, so it looks like this does force Sirius out. Now they might get the stun as well onto the Nature's Prophet. Another dive to follow up, but where's the extra damage? Looks like Rico doesn't get any fire spirits. Zardo's going to commit the TP as well. Alright. Force the egg there.
Dyer's structures are
Oops, hang on, I need to keep that tab open. Pyramids. What's the biggest pyramid? Surely the name on it, right?
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
I don't know how Radiant actually had vision of the TA there. I don't think they got a ward, but I mean, Old Chicken's being able to take a tower down, but he's still farming very aggressively right now. Way too far away from his team. I mean, the evasion might give him some protection, but even then, I mean, they got the minus armor, they've got the sunlock coming through as well. The upper turn with the battle trans, Prophet's going to come at the last second as well, so maybe they have some turn potential. He's not being able to lifesteal enough right now, but still, if they can control up both the heroes, he might survive. It looks like, unfortunately, the fire spirit's going to tick him out there. Great rotation coming through, though, a little late. I mean, but it didn't even have to matter how late it was. Now Phoenix once again as well. I mean, the Clockwork along with the Snapfire, they're doing, what is that, 4 deaths now for the Templar Assassin? 1900 gold in the bank, but, this is a hero where, kind of the Blink Dagger death, so you want that around 17 minutes if it's a pretty good timing, and now bot. Also, a couple of heroes. I mean, Joe's finally going to get involved. He's got a Mask of Madness, though, so we'll just chase down Dolom. If the physical damage is going to be a little bit too much, unfortunately, for the Nature's Prophet to be able to handle him with crits, bring him down. Yeah, but man, I mean, Mask of Madness into the battlefield. Wow. What do we think about that? What do we think about that? I mean, that is an interesting choice. You will be able to go back, of course, the butter and the satanic later, but I'm very surprised he's going to even Mask of Madness. I mean, I like Mask of Madness if you go the attack speed route, like more Maelstrom, Manta, etc. We saw for a period of time where the attack speed works really well with the Omni Slash, but this is, I've seen Jug a couple times. Coming back into the meta. No, I wouldn't say he's getting frequently picked up, but I'd say, since he's getting picked up a lot more than what he was, it's mainly the Yasha Diffusal, the straight Battle Fury as well. But Old Chicken, once again, I mean, he's got the ultimate back up. Maybe they can pin him in a spot before he can get that off. In the meantime, now with the Pyramid straight up on top of him, Old Chicken's able to get the ultimate, but they stun lock him in a certain place here. Dyer trying to get the rotations over, but the Fire Spirit's constantly burning him down. They get the multicast as well, and it looks like Phoenix is going to Blink Dagger, closes the distance onto the Snapfire. The Cookie's just not enough protection, so they'll lose 3 heroes, and they might be able to Roshan as well, considering. And someone got a jelly. I don't know if that was Dyer's jelly or not. Go. Look at the minus armor, man. Even though, I mean, Phoenix, Desolator, it's not going to matter. 3 points in the meld. They got the Corrosive Haze as well. Roche is just getting shredded, and I mean, this is looking really good for Aster. Phoenix is now going to have the Aegis, a little bit of catch up, and him going to Blink. I mean, now he's second in net worth after that little bit of a fight there for them. This is really important. I still think that Phoenix is going to be a non-factor as the game goes on. I don't know how he doesn't have a point in Lil Shredder against the Phoenix. Like there's got to be a value point in this, right? That actually blows my mind. Dolan? Doesn't get the meld, might be able to TP out. They have to stun in time, they do. I actually just tried to TP to the lane as well, unfortunately, so Dylan's still going to get brought down here. I mean, if he even commits to the TP, he would have been in probably still a rough spot as well, but... I was going to say, I do like the itemization. He's gone for the Vlad, very good with the Troll Warlord. You know, gives you a little bit of aura armor as well against the Radiant lineup, super important, back into the Crimson. But it just feels like if Radiant are ahead and Dire aren't pressuring out the map, then like Radiant gonna hit this faster timing because of how fast they farm across the map. Like, I mean, you have a Jug with the Bloodlust, you got TA with Bloodlust as well. I mean, kind of depends where the Ogre's playing. It looks like Ogre's more playing around the Jug, which I think is kind of what you want to do. TA has a kind of natural farming mechanism in the side blades, whereas Jug doesn't really at the moment. A 6 streak. Not even there. What's the up? Dude, I reckon casting will get me into caffeine. Like, I've contemplated drinking it. I don't want to. I never want to. These stones. Doesn't go on the high gun, actually. Gonna bash him down to the chain lockdown. These stones, another actual step, but he might tick out. Didn't even try the bottle charge as well. I mean, he misplayed that. If he dissimulates on the high gun, I mean, he just lives there. So now they get a pick off. They're going to be able to get a T1 tower as well. In the meantime, Radiant in firm command of this game. And I mean, you see the Troll just had a horrible laning stage. And, you know, Chicken, yeah, he's got the diffuser blade, but... the Prophet. They get a couple of nice items there. Looks like he wants a Dragon Scale. The armor's really important. I think someone needs to be holding the Ring of Aquila, though. Someone actually needs to be holding the Ring of Aquila for the aura. I'd be so surprised if they don't. What have they got, actually? So someone's missing. Maybe the Prophet.
Middle tower is under attack.
He's not even going Crimson. Wow, he's going damage. Okay. He's going to switch it up. This is interesting. I mean, Radiant... They catch right now. It's okay. DW actually. You might be able to find him Remnant a little bit too late, unfortunately. So, I mean, Radiant doing a very good job of just playing out the map. They're getting as much farm as they want. Jug now has Battle Fury, so his farm's going to greatly increase as well. So bad compared to what you saw yesterday. They're still kicking things off. We'll see what timing they're going to be able to provide here, but the issue is that, I mean, are they really in fighting shape right now? Radiant don't have the greatest catch, so I kind of just want to see them split out the map, but the only issue is if they do that, you're just allowing the Joke to free farm with the Battle Fury. So instead, they're going to try and bait the fight here, but HYM... Slaughter's going to wrap on the backline here. There's not a hook shot onto 2 with the cogs. This could be a decent fight with the Mortimer Kiss as Phoenix. We get the blink out onto the side now, but DW will take way too much damage. Now with Battle Trans coming through as well. Nice use of the cookie straight on top of the Slaughter as well. They're going to waste no time with the Battle Trans. They deal with the first slap, and now the Templar Assassin trying to burn through their faction. Will they be successful now? The Joke finish off to the fight as well, but the Omni! Oh, the cleave just shreds through them. D-Stone able to find the Templar Assassin, may find another as well, but the Juggernaut. Oh my god! Triple kill for the Jug. Rips through them when he turns up to the fight. Woo! My oh my. Oh Jesus, a 5,000 net worth lead now. And another fight. We have not seen this Phoenix Egg be destroyed once. How? How? Do you not have little Shredder? You have to get at level 9. If he doesn't, I'd be mind blown. You understand Jog now? It's funny as... I mean, and look how much armor that Sirius is trying to itemize for this game. Clockwork's on a medallion, Void Spirit's got a solar crest. Went for the Vlads on the Prophets. Still, I don't think anyone's holding the Ring of Aquila. But lane no Slaughter will get caught. Radiant have a couple of heroes in the area. They might actually just turn on HYM here in the meantime, and he's got to be careful. A lot of damage coming through with defense with the follow-up. So they'll find the Slaughter for numbers advantage right now from Dire. It's going to help with the global presence coming through from the Nature's Prophet of the Jug. commits for the Bleed Fury already. They're going to force a buyback coming through from the Slider as well, but it looks like Radiant do. They want to continue the fight, however. Phoenix has to blink up if he can make it on the backline. The Cloak's actually not going to work in the Voids for his favor now, and still look at the trap still as well. Dire, I mean, they've committed for this fight. It's going to be very difficult for them to dip, and it looks like the Prophet's just like, see you guys, I mean, XCG, the vision on top of him with the Corrosive Haze and Troll Ward is able to get the battle trance off in the meantime, but I don't think it's going to matter. Unfortunately, Joe doesn't find the stat fire, but Old Chicken just kited it across. The battle trance finally brought down as well. I mean, it's a 5,000 gold net worth lead for Aster. And they are looking so strong. They're going to win a fight right in front of the Tier 1 tower, transition this into an objective, probably transition this into 2 objectives as well. And they're not even done. Hook shot. Commit the Phoenix egg here. Slider, he does have the back shot just coming through as well, so it looks like the Clockwork, unfortunately, with all the minus armor, to chase down to the ends of the earth. I mean, there's just another kill coming through from Aster. They are indeed just outplaying them. Nothing about it. And
Radiant's top tower is falling.
this is what we have not seen the Supernova get destroyed just yet. I don't think they'll go high ground, but they're 7,000 gold net worth lead. I mean, I really want to see the probability. 89%. And what did Dye do? That's the question. Are Sirius looking in a spot where they're very far behind? I mean, you see Golem's committed for the Maelstrom, which is, I mean, it's going to make it difficult right now, because, well, if they're able to get on top of him. Fortunately, Slider doesn't have a calling blade, though. If they hadn't lost Troll Lane so hard, I don't know how they lost that matchup, because usually, I mean, you pick a Troll to deal with a Slider, and I thought Snapfire is a pretty decent laning support as well, but they just did nothing. He does finally have a little Shredder as well. They put a lot of emphasis on if he didn't go a little Shredder next level, I'd be very, very annoyed. Not annoyed, and that's probably not the right word, just I disapprove of it, but Jug in the meantime, you know, he's about to have a Manta style completed, so, you know, the potential Orchids coming through from whether that's a Void through, whether that's a Prophet as well.
Dire are scanning.
They're just able to get, I mean, the fact that Jug shows up to one fight, gets a triple kill, and then the rest of the team are just finding, you know, a couple of pickoffs across the map. You know, with the Battle Furies just being able to get so far ahead in the net worth graph, and I mean, those are at least allowing to close the distance, and now with the dive already committed, so they'll find the Phoenix here. They do commit a fair bit onto it in the meantime. Aster had better draft in first place. I mean, I don't agree with that. I think I think the Phoenix is just supposed to do nothing this game. I think your laning stage presence is really nice, but a late game and throughout team fights, I don't think you should ever be able to get a Phoenix egg off. And maybe this is just props to him considering on the position of the egg. But it feels like that troll lane. I mean, Old Chicken's 1-7 and 2. They just dumpstered the lane. Like, I don't know. I think. Indeed, brother. I'm thinking a lot out here. Trying to think, you know? I don't know how to put it. No. Imagine making fun. Alright, sorry, I'm zoning out right now. Old Chicken, I mean, if they can get the BKB, hopefully by the next roast, the only issue is that it's already up right now at the moment, so, you know, Radiant, they don't even have to sneak this, that's the issue. The fact that you can just walk straight in with all the minus armor, it's going to take under 10 seconds to just shred through it. And so you see how Dire have to position right now. They're going to make sure that, you know, they control the outpost, control the high gun. They do have very good vision in the area, and also with, you know, the potential of the Treants, the Void, the Clockwork, multiple ways to be able to scout out road. So it does make it very difficult for Radiant to actually kind of make a little cheeky play. They see the rocket flare's already been committed now, so once they wait till this is over, we're still going to be able to scout this, it looks like. Rocket pump in. Holy shit, Roach just died, another Void Spirit. Oh, stunned up here. Slider makes it up to the high ground, uses one Astral set, make it a second one actually as well. Now D-Stone's just chased down. Nothing he could do there. I mean, I'm actually more stunned at how fast Radiant were able to take Roche, and honestly more just surprised me than anything. I don't think I've seen a Roshan fall that far. Holy shit. And that's not even 2 points in Corrosive Haze, but I mean, they've got... they just shredded through it. Rentia is Aegis now. Jug has cheese. But, I mean, they can just walk higher, and Dire aren't in a spot at all. You know, we see Dome's got a Mjolnir, but they've got to split push out this Aegis. they got to get to work on the tier 2 towers. And you see HYM is going to do as much as he can towards the top side. Train Protector straight away going to try and deal with bot as well, but they don't have the greatest heroes to be able to deal with kind of cutting the mid lane potentially, and also just abilities to chuck out from afar. So it's going to be very hard to actually kind of get that backdoor protection up. Especially now that you're adding the healing ward onto that factor as well, so they're just going to melt through the buildings. I mean, this is just, it's just going to be a full lane of racks here, unless Dire actually try and do something about it. I mean, Prophet, he's going to TP back. I honestly think he had to continue pushing down bot, because even if he comes back, I don't see how they start the fight. You have to rely on the clockwork hook shot to be able to find a very key target. I mean, Troll doesn't have a BKB as well, so you see they're trying to give as much space to the Troll, but the Mortimer kisses. Hookshot combination. Stardust taking a fair bit of damage here, but they got the Sun Ray. It will be enough to keep him alive, and now Prophet's forced to buy back as well. But in the meantime, on the backline, Omni Slash finds a couple of the supports here that Prophet will have the damage to be able to rejoin them, and Sirius, they're honestly just going to tap out here. Old Chicken, Battle Train, BKB. There's not enough to allow them to stay in the game here. Aster, just such a convincing victory. Such a convincing victory. The top lane that just went so according to plan, and we saw how Dice started to try and outweigh the little bit of the net worth disadvantage they had. The Clockwork, the Void Spirit, the Prophet, they were all making a lot of rotations kind of around the level 6 and 7, putting a lot of emphasis onto the TA. But it got to the stage where that, when Troll starts showing up to the fights, it just didn't matter. He wasn't getting any farm. And the way they were able to play the fights, I'm trying to remember what heroes I guess I can show up with this, but it just feels like you see the fights there from Sirius. Like, they don't have the greatest ways to start it. Whereas, I mean, Aster don't really as well. I don't think Slado won't blink that game, but Phoenix can just blow someone up. Both teams are lacking kind of initiation, but when you're further behind, it makes it feel much more difficult to start any of these team fights. And I just was not a big fan of the Troll. As soon as they saw the Slaughter, I'm like, okay, Troll I think is fine, because I like the Troll matchup versus the Slaughter, but in general, against the rest of the heroes, it seems very iffy. Like, you don't deal with the Refraction. Phoenix Egg is okay. I mean, I'm very surprised at how... I'm honestly just... The laning stage from Aster went better than what they expected. The harass potential that they were able to output. And I guess Snapfire had no input, so maybe we actually... I think Snapfire needs buffs, right, chat? That's usually what happens, right? You have one really bad game, and then the hero just gets buffed to oblivion, but... No, I think, honestly, I just Aster played it very, very, very well, and with all the physical damage that they were able to output, it got to the stage where Sirius, they just didn't kind of have the items to be able to negate a little bit of this. You saw what they went for: Solar Crest, Medallion, Vlads. Unfortunately, no Crimson Guard this game instead, because the Troll was having no damage output, so the Prophet had to go for a kind of right-click damage build, and just Aster played this really, really well. I mean, just kind of the timings around their items, and that's when they started to make a lot more movements across the map. I think Void Spirit doesn't synergize well with Troll. I think they come online at both a really good time. I don't mind them together. I don't think it's... Void Spirit's an early game hero. Troll just needs, like, Diffusal Blade, and then you can kind of fire. Troll can come online pretty early. Miracle Silence Pod. That's usually what happens when heroes start getting, like, cosmetics. They'll start coming back into the meta. I don't think Phoenix will, though. I think he needs a little bit of a change. I'm very intrigued on where you guys think what went wrong for Sirius. Because that looked like a draft where I was favoring them a lot more. And where I think they just got outplayed. Like the movements across the map from Radiant. For a stage die, we're having really good movements with that kind of 3 core that we saw with the Clockwork Prophet and the Void Spirit. And they did what they had to do. They found a couple of kills onto the TA, but then it got to the stage where as soon as they kind of have one mishap, then they just fall behind.
Dire structures are fortified.
Go Aster game 3. I mean, if the game's off, I'd be very surprised. Yeah, playing a playmaking hero like that from behind is not very fun.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I feel very out of it tonight as well. I can tell I'm actually coming down with a cold. I was really hoping I wasn't.
No.
So tonight will be the make it or break it. If I need to get a dude, Timber is level 3, holy shit. I know tonight, like, if it's either I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and it's gonna kick in, or it won't. And I'm really fucking not happy, because we're supposed to be a big long weekend. Eat more fruits, dude, I mean, my diet's pretty good. I don't think I can just bring it down to fruits.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Why, what's wrong with the Prophet and the Void? Need a more controlling offlaner to control the tempo. That's what the Void Spirit's for. You make players control the tempo. And then Prophet has this +1 capability where you just take fights early on with the Void Spirit. I think he had to go damage because the troll was so far behind. In an ideal world, he would have gone Bird's Crimson. I mean, you saw he had the Crimson Guard queued up at the start of the game. I think damage profit doesn't do it. If you draft your lineup where you need damage profit, I think you're missing something. I think he's a lot better utility-wise. He shows up to every fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I just don't really like him as a hero right now. Noob Laughter. I think if you play him, you kind of go utility based. I'm actually really annoyed if I fucking get sick, man. Fuck.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire.
I'm still trying to think of where Dire actually went wrong. Because that was a game where I could not analyze it. I was trying to work out mid-game what was going wrong. That's why I kept stuttering. Who wins that man fight?
Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh! I'm gonna get hold up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I think this is where I'm supposed to drink like 3 liters of water tonight. And just, that'll pretty much make me not get sick. I'll just drown my body and piss out all the bad shit. We're back. Oh!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team back. Radiant team back. Dire team back. Radiant team back.
That's Lupus? Who the fuck's Lupus? They keep banning Ricky, man. What is going on?
Dire
Ricky's
team
just nuts, I guess.
Radiant team pick. Radiant team pick. Puck. Dire team.
Much like this opener from Sirius. I think Park Tree support duo is pretty nutty. I think your wave shoving potential is really high. Some good laning siege heroes, the Treant Protector in particular. You lack a little bit of control, which is my only issue, so you kind of want a position 3 to be able to
10 seconds remaining.
give you some of that potential, but I wonder if they can bat rider or raid.
Red team back.
Okay. Sirius will ban the TA, I imagine, just to keep the park flexibility if they want to put the park mid, but just so we don't see the TA ogre. I don't think they banned the jug. Oh, they got a voice spirit, never mind. So man, maybe they. I guess they won't ban the TA then. No regard. I mean, you can still flex the void, but we saw in that. Was it last? It was last game, yeah, when they played the void into the TA for some, and they didn't even try and switch the matchup, which really surprised me actually. But alright, I'm gonna drink so much water. Like 15 minutes into this game, chat, you've got to remind me that I have to have finished this glass of water. Otherwise, I'm not doing my job, and also you guys aren't doing your job at keeping me alive. Okay, chat? Remember that. I bet I'll remember, and as soon as it hits 15 minutes, I'll tell you guys. I'll wait 15:05. And we'll see how it goes. They do ban up the jug. Okay, so they're just gonna make. I mean, that's. I guess Ogre Jug. They are putting a lot of priority on the hero, so. Very interesting to see. I mean, they've got to go for someone that really has a lot of physical damage output. I would still not mind the Slaughter. I think Slaughter with an Ogre is very good. I thought. Alright, I hate this. This hero is nuts. Dude, what the fuck? It's not your job to keep me alive? It actually is. What do you mean? I thought you guys were my mom. Dude, when was the last time you saw an Ursa? What the hell? Who's this hero? They can probably flex the Mars, right? Stay Hydra bot. I've seen that bot actually. Drink beer. I'll do that. I don't think he can shock out. I think it's too low of a range. Alright, well, I mean, it's a good matchup versus the Mars. Any melee hero Ursa's going to do fine. He will get kited this game, though. Look at the AoE control that Sirius have. Ursa is going to get kited. So, Ares, Aster already have to have a good laning stage. Void Spirit doesn't scale. Ursa doesn't scale. So, I actually have a feeling they might flex the Void and put it as a 3 and go for a position 2 who's going to scale into the late game. Because right now, I'm really worried. If they don't have a good laning stage, this Ursa gets kited. So, and it's kind of weird. I mean, the Ogre's kind of nice with the Ursa, and you have your natural attack speed buff in the overpower, but more kite, man. This is such a rough Ursa game. Oh, they do. I mean, they're gonna go for a late game, but they're gonna double down, dude. They got a big dick, dude. Aster.Aries, they got a big dick. This is a oof. I mean, you put the Mars mid though. It's a safe lane OD. You put the Mars mid. You look for your matchup versus the Ursa now. You put the Pock against the Ursa, and I think you're fine.
5 seconds remaining.
Dude, they're doubling down. That is a very fast-paced lineup. I have not seen Brood in a while. I mean, it's only kind of the top teams who have the cheese. I should take full partner or Shaman. I think they need a stun. I prefer the Shaman. I see what you mean with that, then go with the push, but I think you need some instant initiation. Like, you can Rubik here, Lion, Shaman, one you need to catch the Puck, and you need control to enable the Ursa and the Broodmother. Snapfire in the pool or no? Did they ban it? I'd like a Snapfire, it's really good against the Mars. You can cookie out of Arena, right guys? I'm pretty sure you can. Costs are good with a big dick. Why are you censoring dick? Like,
Dire team.
just ride it fully out there, brother. Ain't no bitch. Just gotta fully ride it. They do ban the Rubik. I like the ban. Oh my god. Oh god. I mean, I still don't like the Phoenix, man, but I feel like they're able to do this because they put the Mars mid the OD safe lane and they don't kill the Phoenix egg. I think they should Mars mid OD safe and put the Puck off lane because it's actually an okay matchup versus the Ursa.
Seconds remaining.
This is a real, like, that's actually, I kind of like the Phoenix pick. Like, the sustain in the Sunray is really nice. They don't deal with the Phoenix egg at all. I much rather Phoenix this game than what it was last. They're gonna conquer, so I want to see where they put the conquer though. If they put the conquer, I guess you can conquer mid versus the Brood and that's fine. So Mars is gonna offlane. So it is the Void 3. Oh, surprise. Does he have the new Phoenix cosmetic though? He would, because he played it last game, never mind. I think this is even better Phoenix game. I would say so. No Snapfire. Troll is a decent. I thought the Snapfire was going to be a bigger issue though. Okay, so at least you have Conquer's going to go like, I mean, he needs a Halberd this game, no matter what. I don't care what he goes before it, but he needs a Halberd. So at least they are going to struggle with being able to take the mid tower, because Conker's really tanky. You've got to wait to deal with its Spiderlings. Sirius do have insane AoE. Like, they've got really good synergy coming through. So literally, this is it. I think Sirius are going to lose. Dude, that's a cool emo. I think Sirius are going to... I'm not a huge fan of these type of lineups where if you don't win in like 20 minutes with an Ursa Broodmother, they've just gone all out right now. Like, they've literally shown their cards. They're like, if it goes past 30 minutes, we lose the game. Like, maybe even 25. Like, that first ages, they have to get everything across the map. And now they have a pretty decent matchup versus the Brood. My issue is that we saw, I think the OD is really going to struggle. You have a good laning support in the Dream Protector, which is nice. Conker builds Meme Hammer this patch. I haven't seen that. I have not seen a Conker do that. I don't... does he need it, though? I feel like you really need to help with, like, first item. Wait, have you actually seen a Conker... Oh, please stop doing that. Get me out of that. Have you actually seen a Conker go Meme Hammer? That'd be wild. That would be nutty. Well, with how Dire won the lanes last game, I'm not a huge fan of OD safe lane. Like I said, I mean, if Sirius make a late game, I think they're gonna win. But I have a feeling they don't make it to the late game. Actually, no, fuck it. I don't know how they actually stay on top of anyone without any lockdown. Because look into all the AoE control that Radiant have. I mean, you've got 2 BKB Piercing Stuns. Of course, HYM needs an Aghanim, so league game. But, I mean, you already have the Overgrowth is really nice. Just all the AoE control. And you can use the arena in a beautiful way to zone out the Brood, zone out the Ursa. So, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this kind of full-on end the game with your tempo lineup, your fast-paced lineup. But... Dire were able to get a very commanding lead after winning the laning stage. I still think Sirius is probably overall better mechanically players. They're better mechanically, but Dire did play the laning stage very well last game. The D-Stone's also, the Conquer against the Broodmother is a pretty good, it's pretty decent. You've got a good amount to be able to deal with the Spiderlings. I got to keep drinking water as well. Oof. They got a Baby Roche. Has anyone got Baby Roche on this team? No. Alright, they automatically lose. If one team has a Baby Roche or the other team, then they get my, they definitely get my better, or at least my prediction. Do they got the... It comes down to, if you got the better Courier cosmetics, then your chance of winning goes up by easily 50%. That's a lot. Considering when couriers don't do jack shit to help out. But the cosmetics, man, maybe it's enough. Maybe it is enough. So they're going to put the OD actually up against the Ursa here. How are they going to lane this in? So it's going to be the Void Spirit up against the Mars. I think this is the favorable matchup. Cast the Curse and going. Probably, man. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. But I think this is exactly how they had to lane it. That's why I thought they were going to put the Mars mid, because Mars already deals with the Broodmother in the lane, and you're also then dodging the melee matchup versus the Ursa. And I love what HYM does. It's going to take a lot of damage, unfortunately, but the main thing is he scouts out the lane. So they see the Ursa. You see right now, Dolm's going to make sure it doesn't show, so Dire will be able to secure both the bounties down bot. And you see OD's not showing the shit. Very, very important. They need to make sure they get the favorable lane matchups. Choreo cosmetics are incredibly important, man. If you did not know, then now you know. They make it or break it, honestly. You got bad choreo cosmetics, then I don't know what to tell you, brother. But it's just pretty much automatic loss. See how D-Stones is able to play this matchup versus the Broodmama. 2 starting armor, so the Typering is going to do a fair bit of damage here. But let's see how they want to play the lanes here. They do have still a pretty aggressive matchup. Ursa, a really good lane dominating hero, but I mean, you see the try. They are beating down onto the Ogre. I mean, 8 base armor. It looks like first spot's going to come through top lane. XCJ able to get it, and now they're going to TP down bot. So Dylan is having a little bit of a hard time. We saw what Rico was able to do last game on the Phoenix up against the Troll Warlord. Or are you going to force the puck down here? But at least they get first blood, and still, I mean, the thing is that, like, how do you actually get on top of the OD? Like, you just Astros the Ursa, you run yourself away. I'm still not a huge fan of the Ogre Arcana, but even then, we'll keep you alive for sure. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man. Whoever wins, let's hope for a great game. Dude, of course, man. That's what we always hope for. I mean, it has to be either a blowout for Dire, otherwise, if it's not, I don't think it'll be a blowout, because they'll still, like, keep the game interesting, considering if they literally just have to run at Radiant. And if they don't, then really nice play from XCJ, aggroing the creep so the Ogre couldn't cut off this wave. You see he's still going to do it again. Really nicely played. They just got great creep equilibrium coming through at the top side, so this is very important. Of course, you know, when your carry's playing in the off lane, you don't have this natural way just to be able to pull the wave back. I mean, I guess you can use the hard camp, but you don't really want to push it in naturally in general, so even then. You see D-Stone's already 18 last hit, so a great time. You know, once you can start leveling up the Typering, it's going to make it even easier, but it's a fair bit of damage. Rico's got the dive. Fire Spirit's going to be up in a couple of seconds as well, so HYM is going to get brought down. He tries to TP, but that won't be there fast enough. Nice little kill from the Phoenix. We saw what he was able to do last game. This looks like an even better Phoenix game. They don't really have, like, any... My only issue is they don't have really any stuns to kind of set up for the Phoenix egg. But even then, DW... He takes a lot of damage to the Tree Protector, even though he's got this 8 armor, dude. Tree's just beating him down. Oh, stun, OD. So it does have the overpower now. Looks like still, I mean, just running at the Tree Protector. This is the beauty of the hero. Who's dropping freaking fried eggs on the ground? What the hell is happening here?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The good thing about the Tree Protector is how good you are throughout the laning stage. Like, probably one of the best laning supports, so you're kind of being able to counteract the Ursa's potential at least. So you see they're having a good time. Phoenix one, it is the Phoenix, okay. And Dom. Mark, unfortunately, with the Remnant. Very difficult to be able to connect with something like that. I'm very intrigued to see what he wants to itemize this game as well. A lot of the off-lane Void Spirits I've seen go for a bunch of utility. I mean, I think they have to just group up early on. You know, there's a lot of magic damage coming through from Radiant at the early stage, considering. You got the pure, but from the OD. But apart from that, yeah, I think he's going to need a fair bit of sustain and kind of utility. But Dolan, Rico's got the dive up now. If he wants to try and find the kill, and he will be successful at that, he's probably going to trade his life for it. Might be worth it, however, in the end of it all, considering still maybe give him a little bit of time with a phase shift, but so the Void Spirit doesn't have the Resident Pulse, unfortunately, to work around with. They have the Orb of Venom slow. Even then, holy crap, the Orb of Venom slow was actually just enough to find the kill. I'm like, hang on, the Voids keep... The Void's still staying on top of the puck somehow. I was very... There you go. Baby Builds Radiance. It's a pretty good Radiance game. It depends how farmed he does get. I think they have to... I think if he goes Radiance a little bit too greedy, though, and you go with the ultimate Phoenix. Rotation coming through from the puck as well. It's a lot of magic damage, and they should be able to bring down the Brood Mama. They're going to have Tidebringer up in a couple of seconds. Looks like the Brood able to run himself away. They blocked the camp as well, unfortunately, so they don't have anything to Tidebring off. Somehow Phoenix is still alive here, but has to play along with the webs. Torrent still goes back onto the Cree wave as well. Looks like he will get brought down here, so we're going to have another kill across the map. Train Protector trying to 1v1 the Ursa right now. Should be able to find the kill with the Nature's Grass. It's a double kill for XCJ, actually, so finds the Ogre along with the Ursa as well. Oh my god, bottom loss for Radiant. I can't tell if that's sarcasm with the exclamation mark. The oh my G as well. Oh my G. OMG. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the Radiance. I do think it might be a little too greedy though, and he might... I still prefer kind of like a Halberd Rush, and maybe just tanking up throughout the early game, but I think either way, you see how much pressure they're trying to play on Phoenix. I mean, this is a hero that you need to allow him to get the Spiderlings, and right now Sirius are doing a great job, and instead they're the ones to pressure out the tower. I mean, you see these zones tanking up the tower to try and keep the catapult alive. Unfortunately, they'll only get a couple of extra right clicks coming through the haste screen up top as well to be able to refill the bottle, but in the meantime, you are putting Dolom a lot more emphasis onto the other lanes. The good thing about the Mars is that as soon as you get your level 6, you always have like this kind of guaranteed way to be able to burst one hero down. I don't think it's too greedy. Fight Puck. Oh. Poor old Ursa. Do they have enough ways to keep him alive? Nice use of the Fire Blast. It looks like instead they'll just turn their attention to the Ogre Magi. There will be a rotation from Rico coming through the area. Level 4 as well. Old Chicken's taking a crap load of damage here. Looks like the Living Armor's not going to help out too much against all the magic. They do get at least the help to force him on the back here. They're going to have an Observe Ward as well. They just need to finally hit a Fire Spirit though, and it looks like that is a little bit too difficult though. Too much of a tall order for them. And now Rico, the attention straight back on top of the Phoenix here. The dive's going to come up in a couple of seconds, but HYM will be able to find him throughout the trees here, so it's going to be another kill for Radiant. They get the Ashla as well to burst down the Ogre Magi, so Radiant, they're going to find 2 kills actually this top side.
Were you a bird of the Undertree?
Just in yeah, I know it's a 4 puck, but I think in general 5 puck's fine. I think you having a Phoenix. These Sirius are taking a lot of damage here. I mean, they're going to have a TP rotation coming through as well, but it looks like now with the Fire Blast, that X isn't going to do a whole lot to be able to drag back the Brood Mother, so that's a very important kill. And now Conker's dead for 20 seconds here, and Brood might use his time to try and push it in the mid lane with the Spiderlings that she's got grouped up at the moment. I mean, that's getting a little bit too aggressive. They're trying to find the Brood Mother, but it looks like now might be able to avenge DW. I keep bringing up this base armor, but just goddamn, the Train Protector hits so hard, and I mean, they're having a really good top lane. I mean, Old Chicken's 2-0 and 2. Hasn't got that many last hits, but at least, you know, the OD's side lane is very, very weak. Who like to win after these first 10 men? I mean, I think Dire, if the only chance they have to win is like 20-25 minutes. And if the game goes later than that, then I favor Radiant, but Phoenix is now getting a little bit more difficult to bring down. I mean, with these high levels, as long as he can get the ultimate off in the meantime as well. But here comes the Voids for Remnant's going to hold in. D-Stone's into place here, so it looks like still without the Void to be able to get the run buff. He's going to get brought down. Now XCJ is going to be the next target as well. The Brood Mother able to chase the Train Protector through the trees. A double kill for Phoenix now, and his T1 tower will be under threat. That is very important for Dire. I mean, they get 2 big kills, and now all of a sudden your Brood, who we saw was kind of struggling a little bit, you're still 3-1. And now he's still going to be able to get the first tower of the game. So now you're going to be able to just kind of control up the jungle from Raiden if you want to, put a lot of pressure on the towers, and now the supports from Raiden are going to be forced to the mid lane. The good thing is you have like a Puck with a lot of wave play, you've got a Dream Protector as well, so both these heroes have very good D push when the Brood starts to try and push down towers. But I want to see them go top. Dolom has the arena, get this tower, and this is the one issue as well with Raiden, is that they actually can't put any pressure on towers at all. Oh, chicken. Looking to maybe find the Void Spirit here. He has already committed the one actual step charge. I have an extra hero hiding out in the river. It looks like it's Rico instead. They're actually going to be able to, they get the T1 tower mid as well. Raiden high ground defense. It's not bad. I don't think like the outer towers they struggle because they don't have that much like damage to chuck out from afar here. But Arena's gonna get committed. I mean, Dolan will be able to at least get the bottle, like I guess. But that's kind of, I mean, Arena's down for 80 seconds. They don't find a kill, and now it's going to put a lot of pressure on the side lanes. I think Dire will use this space with the Arena being on cooldown to maybe try and force out a tower and get another objective here. So straight away, Void Spirit going to try and do something with the Invis, but a little unfortunate that they're able to scout this bad boy out. What is D-Stones? D-Stones is going Radiance. So, I mean, someone brought up earlier Radiance. I think it's good this game. I understand why he's going for it, but I think it's a little greedy considering he's got 2 deaths at the moment. And yeah, the only way Dire win is early. So I'm worried if Radiance might not be enough, and he might not get it fast enough before Dire kind of just pushing the pace. Because I mean, the timing right now is the BKB from the Broodmother. You know, we'll see. Just try and get as much farm as possible. Until then, you know, with the Ursa as well, we haven't paid too much attention to what the Ursa's doing. It looks like getting a little bit of catch up. So Ursa did not have a good laning stage. You know, almost, you know, kind of neck and neck with the OD's losses. But the issue is that, I mean, 1 death and he's kind of just forced to go down bot. He's going to go Mask of Madness as well. We saw him go last game with the Juggernaut. Not a lot of physical damage coming through. I'm very surprised he's going Mask of Madness though, considering he's got the attack speed increase in the Bloodlust. So I guess he just wants massive amount of attack speed then, potentially, but they're going to try and smoke up here with Urena being back off cooldown. They want to try and find the Broodmother. I mean, D-Stones is going to be able to now. Phoenix does at least get the ultimate off, but they've got a numbers advantage right now from Radiant. They'll commit. Oh, what? How did he get chucked out of the arena? Phoenix, the girl's going to... Oh, I've got no idea what just happened, but the double astral set. Void Spirit. A lot of damage coming through on the supports right now from Sirius, but he doesn't really have any follow-up. And now in the backline, though, Ursa's going to show up to the fight. They'll find the Dream Protector. Head Triumph will be able to get the Jaunt away. What? I've got no idea what just happened there with that arena coil speed comp. I have no idea, but... Anyway, alright, well, they'll get a kill. They use a couple of ultimates coming through from Radiant. They don't find anything out of it. Now bot as well, Dolan. I mean, Ursa's going to right-click pretty hard, unfortunately. Dream Protector's going to try and rotate through. He's only got 1 point off in the living armor, though, but looks like this is enough space to keep the Mars alive. Radiant, they will have an extra TP as well, and maybe dived a little bit too far now when he raged. He gets a damage reduction, but, I mean, it just allows the Outward Devourer to kite him afterwards and get a couple of sanity charges as well. So with this being forced out, Dire going to back off here just in case. Who got pushed out because of webs. That shouldn't matter though, right? Wouldn't prioritize the wall being there because he used the arena first? Spells that lift you like current can make you get spear out of the arena. I honestly can't remember like what happened with that. I'm almost certain the arena was down though, so I don't know. Maybe he was torrented while he got speared as well. Anyway, I'm not going to pay too much to that. I can't remember the exact abilities at the same time, but this is good. I mean, it's going to give them a little bit of space with that kill down bot. We see Ursa's going to rotate straight down. I mean, did Ursa TP? he didn't, so he just ran actually down here. But the fact that, Conker's been able to get a little bit closer towards the Radiance now mid lane, Coil will break, and he's going to have another Astral Step available, so HYM's going to end up falling throughout the mid lane. Yeah. I still think the big thing is that, D-Stones has got 3k gold, and we're still waiting kind of for the BKB to come out on the Brood, and Ursa's going to take a long time. This is a hero that, if you don't have a good laning stage, like, you heavily rely on snowballing. I think Monkey King used to be very similar in that regard, but now we've seen the monkeys kind of start to skill build differently. You go for like a 202 build, and then you just go back to maxing out the Primal Spring for some catch-up potentially if you fall behind, but we get the enrage off, so some damage reduction die. They're going to beeline it down bot here, but will they get there in time? They've already committed the boat, and with the ward off to the side, they're going to be able to find the Void Spirit rotating Radiant. They've got the numbers advantage right now, the Arena. Pins up the Phoenix, and they can bring him down before the Phoenix. In the meantime, Rico's actually not going to even try and cast this one off. Now, EW dragged back into the depths of Radiant. 5 heroes surrounding him, brings him to hell. They'll lose 2 heroes here. A couple of bounties as well, potentially, if you see them go up towards the top side. My soda. It's, I appreciate it. It's just water, brother, but I'm trying to sip all of it now. The only issue is if I scull it, then I'm just going to burp, and doing that mid-fight is not very fun. Spear breaks the coil there. That's all fine for them. This is not good for Dire. They don't have the net worth lead. If this BKB timing for the Broodmother doesn't work out, then this game's looking very grim. Roche is going to be incredibly important as well. Maybe we can see them sneak Roche with the Mask of Madness from the Ursa potentially, but he's only level 9 right now. Take a look at the experience. Aster actually have a little bit of an experience lead, but then Ursa just doesn't have he doesn't have the levels. Level 9 compared to the top with the Broodmother's 14. All the Radiant cores are, the lowest is 2 ahead. I don't know if I'd say they've missed their timing. I'd say the timing is around first ages 20 minutes, but to get to that stage already, you had to have won the laning stage pretty heavily, and they didn't. And now, Dire have no catch, so with 2 supports that are very good at being able to split out the map, you can have the Puck playing the top lane, and then the Tree Protector playing the dead lane, or vice versa. But D-Stone's down bot. He's able to get the ultimate off in the meantime. They're going to try and commit to the pyramid. They're able to bring it down. Now the coil arena combination connects onto 2. They'll pin up the voids for another. The Ursa's going to be controlled as well without the enrage. Ursa will try and man fight, but it's not going to matter. He'll get dragged down as well. 4 heroes going to end up falling from Dire and Aster. They just can't find anyone. Brood's not even going to show with the BKB there. Now I'd say they've missed their timing. There's still 20 minutes. They have to sneak Roche is the only way to recoup on how far behind they are. But if they don't snowball now, if they don't get Roche in literally the next couple of minutes, the game's over. And I would not be surprised if we just see Sirius, I don't mind who it is, probably preferably the Puck has to play around this side of the map, because then Puck will be able to always orb into Roche and check if they're doing it. D-Storms pretty much has a Radiance now, so I thought they might have been able to pressure the timing before the Radiance gets picked up, but he got it very fast considering. He's doing incredibly well in the last hits regard. And this is the thing that I was slightly brought up before with the 2 supports that are very good at pushing out the waves. Puck is very slippery, survivable, Train Protector just hides out through the trees, and Dire not having a whole lot of catch will make it very difficult for them. So all Sirius have to do is delay the game, and to be able to do that, you split out the map, you play rat, you always force, if Dire push in bot, then Radiant, you push in top as soon as possible and in a fast succession. So, Radiant's now picked up. Hurricane Pike as well for the Outward Devour, so a really nice way to be able to kite the lineup on Aster without kind of any team fight coming through, any lockdown, I should say, more importantly. And Conker still is going to go for the Halberd. Very, very nice. So the Puck's doing kind of what I thought he was going to do around the top side, but I want him more playing around kind of this area, because someone needs to scout out Roche. obviously it looks like D-Stones is kind of going to be able to do that as well, so... Oh, he's got a Deso first item, okay. I mean... Oh... Surprising with Deso first item, actually, but it's going to do a lot of damage. I feel like all Radiant need to do is just... I don't even know if... actually, you know, Broodmother mid. Maybe just a little bit of chip damage. I don't see how they kill Phoenix here. Just kind of annoying him is the main thing. They're going to cut out a fair bit of his ultimate though. Still has a BKB. He's going to be forced to pop it here. And the Sirius are fine, yeah. So that boat is actually to try and force a BKB there. That's what D-Stones was trying to do. They know how important the BKB timings are, and you're lowering the duration, because Broodmother's a hero that heavily relies on not getting kited. Golem. The Fire Spirit on top of you, unfortunately, brother, you're not going to be able to deal with the Phoenix Egg, and we need a couple of TPs to keep the Mars alive. They're able to pop the Enrage for the multiplier coming through from the Fury Swipes now, but this has been forced to start, so there's no damage reduction for the Ursa, and it looks like Phoenix just straight away dips out. Leaves the position once, ends up falling. They'll slay the Ursa, they'll slay the Beast. Pyramid Egg is best egg. We'll see both outposts getting controlled though. What are the neutrals? Have they got any good ones on dial? I mean, here we go, 20 minutes in, lads, and with a 5,000 gold net worth lead from Sirius, you know, and we might even see this game end in like 15 minutes if like Dire might just tap out super early if they can't kind of turn this around. Because you know, like going late game with this lineup is rough. Support Ursa. HYM. He's rushing. I mean, he's about to have an Aghanim's as well. So I mean, this Puck is getting so much out. It does help that Puck 7, 3, and 6, but you see how much farm that he's able to take. Like this is the dead lane. No call wants to take this. The fact that they still have a T1 tower bot still alive. And how do you actually catch the little slippery Puck? Little slippery bugger. You just don't. That's the thing. 6,000 gold, man. I mean, I feel like we're harping so much on that guy didn't do enough through the early game, but it's kind of the only way they were supposed to win, and now we're kind of just watching like a deadbeat game where it's just going to keep going at this stage, and then the only way Dire can really come back with any chance is them stinking Roshan. They might be able to force another BKB charge out of Phoenix here, potentially. Well fed, bear. What has Ursa got since? I mean, still 1,400 gold. I mean, he's working on a Basher before the BKB. Like, he's just going to get kited into oblivion because Radiant have really good team fight. And without all their ultimates are very good kiting wise. I'd say apart from the Sanities, of course, but I guess OD makes up with the Astral. But yeah, and that's the thing about Puck and why you're so incredibly strong. You see both Orb and Waning Rift are on cooldown. He'll chuck up the coil. Might give him enough space to get the abilities up in a couple seconds here, but I guess with Ursa on top of him. John? No, not enough. They will finally be able to get a kill. They can catch the Puck down bot. Ursa claims that one as well. Much needed. But you already see, I mean, look straight away with the lanes. You know, Train Protector doing... Puck's bot, Tree's top, the rest of the cores are farming the jungle, taking away from Dire. Like, what do you get out of the map from that kill? You get nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they might, I think they just have to beeline Roche with the Puck being dead, but I mean, Ursa instead just going to keep farming the jungle. So is the Broodmother.
Dire's top tower is under Radiant's bottom
They will,
tower.
so they do get bot, at least something out of it, but... And Void's he's gonna go for an Orchid next, so they will get at least some better catch potential coming through, but I mean, they are just so incredibly farm right now. 5-1, was it 5-1? Yeah, it was a fair bit actually, for that kill. Puck is very farm though, you take a look. That's the scary thing, but that is the scary thing indeed. We haven't seen the Broodmother join up with the team, and now, I mean, mid lane and the rest of Dire are all down bot. They have already committed the X, but now pops the BKB, will be able to dodge the speed, but Radiant, they're fine with this. Meanwhile, in the background, though, they'll find the OD. Gonna get the Astral off in the meantime. They've got a lockdown through the random old chicken will end up falling. They've already committed the coil, they've already committed the boat as well. Drag back the Void Spirit, has an Astral Step available, but pins him up against the tree. And now with the egg on the high ground, Radiant, I mean, they don't even see the Train Protector right now, so even with the stun onto 2, it's a 1-for-1, but looks like Dire, they're just going to try and disengage out of this, so they will make it out. It's Ryan just not being able to find the coil. I honestly think you're fine with that. Like, yeah, OD Dire is your position 1, but Dire still are not getting anything out of that kill. Friendly teammate healed that tower. He's got maxed out living armor as well. And he's already got 4 stuff, man. 2 cores that heavily rely on not getting kited, and another, the Brood BKB is about to come back up, but if they can force his BKB duration again, oof, that would be just a disaster now, these turns. I mean, he's got so much evasion coming through from the Radiance and the Halberd. So how do you kill the Madman? I mean, 25% right now. Yeah, he's a madman that just doesn't goddamn die. What are your guys' opinions on Dester, Ross? I thought the Mars would have gone utility. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why he went Dester, considering they don't need like the damage output early, and you don't need like. I mean, I guess it is nice for them to take Roche. I think he would have won it for a late game arena. Nice use the spear. He's all chicken up protection now. The Ursa's already committed the enrage, and look at the damage coming through soon afterwards with the orb charge. And now the BKB getting popped here. They have the overgrowth to climb through the Broodmother, and even with the physical damage, they're going to be able to bring him down. HYM already committed the core right now, but they got the body blocks, allows the X to come through. They do miss-execute, unfortunately, but looks like now sets it up for the spear. Die, lose 3. They're both down for 50 seconds, no buyback available as well. Tower push, that's what I was getting at before that started. My only issue with tower push at this early was that the only way Die win the game is through the early stage, so I thought it would have been better for Mars to go like Vlad's Crimson, but I think that was the only reason why, because OD doesn't push towers, Conker doesn't either as well. Position 1 Mars, it's not, but it's okay. I thought if they were going to go for it, he'd go for it like 3rd item Desert. Because with how much fun are you going to get this game? But I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, they're at the stage where I actually don't think Radiant can lose this game. 78% probability. Fuzzy Wuzzy needs buffs. Dude, Fuzzy Wuzzy is not in a good spot, to say the least. I mean, I was very surprised when we saw him get picked up. That's a hero that just, if you don't have a laning stage, you just aren't a hero. You're honestly one of the worst heroes from play from behind. I know there are a lot of heroes in Radiant, in the game, apologies, that playing from behind is just god-awful. But it feels like Ursa is one of the worst. Like, by far one of the... I mean, if Radiant get this roasted, I will do something. I don't know what I'll do. I'll give an Arcana to someone. If Radiant get this Roche and Die don't do anything, then Radiant just win the game. They cannot let them get this, but they don't have the team fire. All they have is the Phoenix. I mean, it's already a 7-second Broodmother BKB as well, and she hasn't got a kill out of this yet. You see how they're positioning there? I mean, they're just going to kill the Spiderlings. They're going to get Roche for free. Alright, old chicken ages. Now, Radiant have very good vision in the area as well. You take a look. Looks like they were able to get the ward on the high ground just then. Sorry, this is where the ward is. I thought it was up on the high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And all of a sudden, 8,000 gold net worth lead, which you see Radiant playing a very methodical game. They don't care about, they're not in a rush to end this game. They know how, they know this game is in the bag. All they've had to do was survive the laning stage. It's about to hit 30 minutes. Dire have lost his first Aegis timing. All Radiant need to do is get the items. The BKBs are getting lower and lower. Ursa is going for his BKB, but you see how much farm they're able to get out of the map. Broodmother is keeping up in farm, but is this going to matter? Very farmed, very, very farmed. But is it going to matter now? Each second reduction in the BKB, they still kite it. They don't have a hard dispel on Die, so the overgrowth is just going to completely negate the BKB duration. And they just want the Spiderlings. Give me all that little bit of gold. Just making some space down bot. Desolator going to help out with a push. I don't think they have a dragon scale, not that I could see. And I mean, Dream Protector could even go for a Meteor Hammer as well next. I mean, he's able to get a fair bit of farm this game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just with, I mean, you see exactly how they're just kind of the supports are playing the side lanes, and the rest of the team are kind of playing the jungle and the mid lane, and they got some decent vision in the area. Phoenix unfortunately won't be able to get away. Apologies, I was going to say D-Stones won't be able to catch anyone, so you still see right now, I mean, I haven't really been able to put too much emphasis onto these towers, just getting whatever farm they can. Conker's actually going to go for a BKB next as well from D-Stone, so the one way I thought Dire were going to be able to come back from the disadvantage they have right now. I mean, they're gonna know there's a observer mid with that X scouting out. Still, once again, you just see how aggressive D-Stones is playing. He knows he can't die, and he's just trying to force another BKB duration. Like, that's literally the only reason why I can see him just constantly trying to stay on top of the Phoenix right now. I mean, they're going to have X up in a couple of seconds. Still, I mean, they have the Glimmer K. It's actually on cooldown right now. Nice, just the Orchid. Still able to drag him back at the right timing. They'll spear him further away from the team. He's able to get the ultimate off now with the live sword, but Overgrowth can hold him in place now with the BKB. Still needs to get a little bit of damage coming through. They'll drop the arena, stops any retreat now. A lot used to just try and deal with the Brood Mog, but now the coil snap finds the Void Spirit. Ogre's going to be the next target as well, but the orb damage is way too much. Die. They don't have buybacks. They're up on the high ground right now. I mean, look, the BKB's now 6 seconds, and the Overgrowth just full. I mean, he just kited almost the full duration of the BKB. I mean, this is a full lane of Racked, and they don't have a bottom tower to work around with as well. Sirius. Very methodical gameplay, and then as soon as they feel they're in a commanding position, they just kind of group up around mid, force a fight, and the Brute gets kited. Ursa's still trying to farm the BKB, who's about to have enough after the creep wave here, but, I mean, Dire just going to lose 2 melee Raxes. They might even just get the full range as well down bot, so there we go. I mean, all of a sudden, it's a 15,000 gold net worth lead. And that Dolem's also got a BKB along to work around with the Blink Deso, so we're going to further enable the initiation coming through. I mean, just the teamfight coordination from Sirius, all they have to do is kite the BKB from the Brood Mother, and you even see how much damage output they actually have. Oh. Did you get the taunt? Yours will give him some protection. Now they're going to be able to dispel off the coil. D-Stones has to commit to the BKB right now. Phoenix though, I mean, he already commits the ultimate without using his own BKB, so once this comes off cooldown, I mean, Old Chicken stacking up the charges as well. Doesn't have the ulti available to work around with the bash. They'll get the Supernova off as well in the meantime. Old Chicken, he's still got the Aegis to the first life. They have the egg committed, and now it looks like Mars going to end up dropping as well. Rating. They're going to try and protect the second life of Old Chicken. So much damage coming through. They'll get the start, prevents the Arcane Orb. Here comes the Ursa along with the BKB as well, but can they just control anyone in one period of a place? See, Old Chicken has got the Astral. The bash is going to help out at least for the period of time here, but it's still relatively tanky. And now the bash as well. Old Chicken doesn't want to use it just yet, and instead he'll turn with the Force Staff, giving him enough mobility to get away from the Ursa with all the Arcane stacks, and then HYM on the backline still being such a nuisance. Phoenix able to get straight on top of him here. Looks like unfortunately HYM without any mana will get brought down. Even then, I mean, they find a couple of kills. You see the net worth lead's going to be swing is in their favor. It's best of 3 elimination match. They want to. You guys are freaking nuts. Everyone coming in chat just saying everyone's 3-2-2. Ever since whatever happened. Ever since YABO just was like, this team just 3-2-2, I don't even know if, did they even, was it even, proven? Like, chat in the past week has been so toxic about China games with everyone trying to throw. It's actually nuts. Yeah, I feel like you'd come into this series and expect Sirius to win. I don't know. I do not know. I don't know, yeah, all these angry betters saying people are throwing shit like that. It's actually mind-blowing. Mind-blowing stuff. I just need to watch some good old Dota. That's going to be a lot of gold. Holy shit. Wowie. I mean, we saw, the BKBs now. 9 seconds Ursa. 5 seconds Broodmother. I mean, the Overgrowth is 4 seconds. Dream Protector's level 16 as well, so 2 seconds until the maxed out. Overgrowth is just the full duration of the BKB, and Radiant. They do have a pretty good ward on the higher ground, so Phoenix. Very far push out here. They might be able to get the spear drag back once again. They'll use the Orchid a little bit too late and straight into Old Chicken. The damage is way too much to handle. He's able to get the BKB into the ultimate off, but now D-Stone still actually just man-fighting, helping at the last second. Now with the coil, the Aghanim's as well, so he's unable to disengage. But off the western side, he's straight onto the outward devour. Overgrowth will give him some protection. He's still got the ultimate to work around with as well, but now with the BKBs all on cooldown, Dire, they've got no buybacks. So drop the G's in the meantime. Phoenix won't be able to rejoin the fight. You see Radiant, all they have to do is kite up the BKB BKBs, and after that, they're able to win such an easy team fight. The wipe, the game, win it 2-1. The draft matters too much to Dota. I think it's always mattered a lot. I think you see a lot more out drafts though with the change to the draft. The draft has kind of evolved the past year, and a lot of heroes have to have flexibility, otherwise that hero is not good. But I mean, it's unfortunate. You know, Aster, they go for kind of a balls to the wall type of draft. You go for this full. You go for this full kind of just, you have to dumps to the laning stage, and you have to win the game by like 20 minutes. And yeah, and they just were unable to do that. Honestly, it just comes down to the fact that the draft is very. You draft on one way to win the game, which is win the lanes, take first Roche, and then be so far ahead of Sirius that they can't team fight. And because they are reliant on their ultis when they're on cooldown, then they do nothing. But Aster got to a stage where even if Sirius pop their a couple of ultimates, they can't really pressure, and they also don't have the longest cooldown anyway. But still, they are very reliant on the ultis. But Ursa is definitely not flexible. I mean, yeah.